You're at the Watchman Way, July 17th, 2020. Little technical difficulties today. I had to make another trip up to the ranch. Ran behind. Was going to start at 5 o'clock, but where I tried to start from had no reception. So I've been scrambling all day. But there's still a lot going on. I want to see how I want to start this here. JFK Jr. put out another tweet. I didn't have a lot of time to analyze it, but a couple of things that I think are important. The 22nd looks like they are making announcements. This is 2 in a row now that he's put out that's mentioning the 22nd. Basically, he said Q is not just one person, like we've known that. There are many, many people involved in the Q who are Q. I think JFK Jr. is one of them. I think President Trump's one of them. He said that all of the identities are going to be known. So I think they're going to tell us, who has been involved in this. And then obviously, if they do that, we're going to get the whole backstory. Why they did it, why they had to do it. I'm not sure, and again, I'll report more on this tomorrow night, but as I get into it deeper, like I said, I had 5 minutes to look at this thing. The important points to me were that the 22nd looks like it's on, that at least part of this is going to be revealed. I think it sounds like they might lay out the whole thing. That doesn't mean necessarily yet that Nassar is coming. It doesn't mean that the economy is coming. There's a difference between laying out the Q plan and objective and then announcing Obama and Clinton being arrested. This is clear by what we've seen. That's where this is going. That the whole point of this is to arrest these people, is to bring down the swamp, the satanic pedophiles. Are they going to announce it on the 22nd? Are they going to announce the arrest that they've already made? And we know there have been arrests. We'll see. We're going to know next week. This, I've been saying for 6 months that they had to do this in July. That they had to, because we got to look at the election. There's certain things here that are going to happen on a time schedule that are relatively fixed, right? The election, we'll see. If Nassar happens, I don't know how that's going to affect the election. May not affect it at all. When are they going to declare Nassar? Is Nassar going to be declared on the 22nd, or are they going to wait till after that? They could have announced the arrest without announcing Nassar. The problem is, if they announce that they've arrested like Clinton or Obama, the economy is pretty certainly going to tank. So then we get into a problem of the added chaos and anxiety of a natural collapse, as opposed to Nassar being declared or a reset being declared, which is a whole different animal as far as the general public's concerned. There's a big difference between Nassar and a collapse. The collapse is chaos. That's how it's going to be perceived. Nassar is a humanitarian program that's going to save our pension funds at least. It's a good thing. reset's a good thing, probably won't be perceived as well as Nassara would be. Um, it's just going to be a matter of how they lay it out. There's no, this can't be spread out over months now, because I think pretty much everything would have to be resolved before the election. I think the economy, one way or another, coming down before. Again, three options: natural collapse, Nassara, or just a flat out reset without Nassara. The best option all the way around is Nassara, because it's for the people that are prepared. We don't really need Nassara, but we're at least going to get our pensions, right? It's all good. We'll see how it plays out. I think the other big thing is the identities. He's got to be talking about. We know Vincent Fusca, that's the main, and then also, Q, who is involved. Admiral Rogers, I would guess. General Flynn, maybe. I think he would have definitely been included. He may not have been able to participate based on his legal issues. That's really doesn't really make a lot of difference, except that, I'm sure he would have been involved if it wasn't for the charges they brought up against him. They may not have wanted him involved just because it could have complicated things. Having him involved in Q while he's, defending himself from these charges. Either way, it really doesn't make a lot of difference. Obviously, the people that were involved knew what they were doing and did a great job. Again, all good guys, all pointing to what we've been saying this month. Things are going down. It keeps getting better every day. I put out a post today. This is going to be a really good test, because I was steaming driving back from the ranch, because I was able to pick up a couple of responses from that post. And the post basically was, there's information out there that the Black Hats have a clone or body double of President Trump that they possibly are going to assassinate. In other words, film the assassination of what looks like President Trump, and then put it out there like President Trump's been assassinated. So, okay, let me tell you the responses first. So the responses are, number one, where's your source? I'm going to clarify this for the 50th frickin' time. I'm not a fucking reporter. I'm a watchman. My job is to warn of potential dangers I see coming at us down the road. I don't have to give sources. This is something you look for. If it happens, you're going to know I need to look closer because there's a report that there might be a faked assassination attempt. That's what this is about. I'm not going to... I'm going to take a deep breath. It's not my job to give sources. My job is to warn you. Take the warning and say thank you. Don't question me. I've had about enough of this crap. The people that keep this shit up are going to get chopped. I'm not putting up with it anymore. It's not my job to give you sources. I'm not a frickin' reporter. Now, for the 100th time, I've had about enough of this. This is not a free speech zone. This site is about one thing and one thing only: red pilling and preparing. Now, the way is secondary to our first job. until this thing goes down, until the arrests are made, the number one job of watchmen is to red pill and prepare. Being prepared means I've got to give you the information that I have, confirmed or not confirmed. Nothing was confirmed in 2014 when I was talking about the first ever worldwide economic collapse. Never happened before, and people said it would never happen in 2014. Yeah, I was the first. The first one talking about the worldwide swamp draining in 2014. Are you kidding me? And the exposure and eradication of satanic pedophiles in 2014, all those things are coming true right now. Everything I've been talking about since 2014. You want my sources? God. That's my source. You got a problem with the way I do my job? Talk to God. I give sources when it's appropriate, which is very seldom. Again, my job is to warn. I'm not your babysitter. I'm not your source finder. I'm the guy that's warning you about potential dangers. This is a potential danger. Questions like, well, President Trump would just come out and say, I'm alive. What's the deep state going to say? He's a fake. Listen, this isn't about airtight crime that, is all perfectly packaged. They don't care if it's perfectly packaged. The whole point is to create chaos and confusion. They don't care that it's true or not. They don't care that President Trump comes. They know President Trump's going to step up right away and say, hey, I'm alive. They're going to say that he's a fake. Think about the chaos and confusion. And for you sheep who don't understand that, we just shut down the worldwide economy for the frickin' flu. So you think this is out of line? That was 100 times bigger deal than a fake assassination. Of course, in a few days, it's all going to play out. But in the meantime, how many people could die in the civil unrest that could be created if it blindsided most Americans? The point is to get a warning out ahead of it so you know when it happens, I need to look closer at this. You don't take it at face value, because face value, you're seeing somebody who looks exactly like President Trump being gunned down. That you don't see that just goes to highlight your ignorance. And let me clarify this. None of this came from Watchmen. When I post stuff, especially when I've got something I think is important, I post to about 20 different sites. All of these comments are coming from the sites with the sheep. Obviously, listen, I'll guarantee this right now. There's no page on Facebook where the members can come close to the knowledge of the Watchmen. You guys outshine everybody out there because you know more than most of the guys who have channels, who have had channels for 10 years. Most of the Watchmen know more, much more than those people. You've been well educated. The sheep, not so much. Okay. Now I'm really going to try and calm down. So, trolls are not tolerated on the Watchman pages. A troll is considered anybody who goes against our policy. Red pill and prepare. If that's not your number one objective, you're at the wrong place. Move along before you get chopped. Because my tolerance level is 0. You want to question what I have to say? You get one chance. You get one warning, and then the next thing out of your mouth that's negative, you're chopped. I hope I'm clear. This isn't my site. This is God's site. Anybody who wants to question God's word gets chopped. I hope I'm clear. Dalio warns, U.S.-China tensions could evolve into shooting war. More fear porn. I keep telling you, China can't have a war with America. It's the last thing in the world China can afford. If China wants to go the way of Russia in the 80s, they're going to have a war with America. They don't want to go that route. They know it's suicide to start a war with America. They're going to push it right to the edge. They're going to beat the drums. They're going to try and save face with their people. They're not going to start a war with America. And President Trump certainly not going to start a war with China. And if China did, they'd have Russia to worry about too. It's not going to happen. They're not going to invade. The UN's not going to come and take our guns. We're not going to be forced vaccine. We're not going to have chips forced on us. All of these things are things the deep state would love to do. They don't have a snowball's chance in hell of happening. So quit talking about it. They're distractions made to confuse you and keep you off the thing they don't want us talking about, satanic pedophilia. So I'm going to talk about it. If you don't understand satanic pedophilia, you don't understand anything about what's happening in the world, because it's all driven by satanic pedophilia / the globalist agenda. The globalist agenda is only there to allow the satanic pedophiles to rule the world. They've been doing it for thousands of years. The thing that kind of gets glossed over when we talk about satanic pedophilia is what's beyond their barbaric rituals, where they're torturing and murdering children. That's obviously horrific. But then most people don't understand how much deeper their tentacles go. Look at every war, at least since 1900, probably going back further than that. Spanish American probably. Listen, these people, these satanic pedophiles, these globalists, have been responsible. They've engineered every war in the last 150 years. Every conflict, every terrorist attack, riots, they've been responsible for this stuff. It goes so far beyond the satanic pedophilia. Their tentacles get into every aspect of our lives. They're in the police departments. They're in planning departments. They're in building departments. They're in government, the judicial system, politics, celebrities, newscasters, the clergy. 85,000 Christian ministers were on the clergy response team for FEMA, which basically was their program to get Christian ministers to turn their flocks into FEMA camps. These are all the things they've been involved in. 501c3s, how to control the churches through the government, through taxes. It's been devastating to our society. Look at how they've changed our families. I mean, this was all engineered. The economy and the way they worked the economy so that they forced both parents to work. So then what happens? The schools and the government ends up raising our kids. And look what they did with that. They took that ball and ran with it this close to taking the world down. Because if they took us down, the world was going next. Because without us, there's nobody left. Russia, maybe. China would have gone along with them. The black hats in China. There would probably be some black hats in Russia, too, that would have gone along with it. Putin would have put up a fight, but I don't think he would have got it done by himself. Got to remember, these people controlled 90% of the wealth in the world. Scary how powerful they were. It's amazing that we're at this point. On the verge of, victory is won. There's nothing they can do. This thing's over with. It's a matter of when is President Trump going to lay it out for the world to see. And I think it's coming. Soon, this month. I think this month, the lockdowns are over, the masks are over, that whole virus hoax is done by the end of this month. Yeah, the other thing I noticed when I looked at this tweet from today from JFK Jr., he spelled revealed wrong again. He spelled it reveled. There's something to that. He doesn't misspell it twice. Something's going on there, and I'll get into that probably more tomorrow. Questions swirl over Ghislaine Maxwell's wealth and suspected CFR member husband, Council on Foreign Relations, globalist hotbed, driving force behind globalism in America. It's the one that Hillary Clinton basically licked their boots, when she would go and speak there. Basically, it's the money behind the globalist agenda. Anyway, somebody in the CFR is supposedly married to Maxwell. It just keeps getting better. Now you got the Council on Foreign Relations directly tied to Epstein Island, and probably at least half the members of the CFR, maybe all of them for all I know, been to Pedo Island. That's the other thing. You had to get into this club, to be a part of this, you had to torture and murder a child. That's how you got in the club. Yeah. They had to film you so that if you ever turned on them, you were done. Market euphoria faces test of the European Union. That whole thing's about ready to implode in Europe. This isn't going on much longer, guys. The reset has to come before the collapse does. The collapse is close. President Trump, I think it was today, ask Prince Andrew about it. Epstein Island was a cesspool in 2015. Coming from President Trump. This is ready to blow up, guys. When he's talking like this, he's ready to tell the whole story. Another zero headline. Is Israel hoping to start a war with Iran before the U.S. elections? The black hat elements in Israel would love to start a war with Iran before the election, because they're obviously working with the black hat elements in America, the deep state. I don't think it's going to happen either. There may be some shots fired back and forth. There will not be any nuclear exchanges. There won't be any war, all-out war, where there's Russia and China and us involved. There might be some skirmishes between Israel and Iran. Nothing new. Nothing we haven't seen before. There's not going to be all-out war. There's too many black hats that have been removed, so they're much weakened. And there's too many white hats in the game right now for this to get out of hand. This is 100% over. Good guys win. End of story. It's just a matter of when is President Trump going to announce it. The other thing, guys, I didn't have a chance to get to any of the questions tonight from the post that Lisa puts up. I will answer all those questions tomorrow night. So don't worry. I'm not going to miss them. In bankrupt New York City, okay, they're crying. They need like $16 billion or something bailout because of their failed policies, liberal policies. But he assigns 27 officers to guard the BLM mural. Think about that. 27 police officers are being assigned to protect that mural that was basically just painted down on the street. What a joke. This is the last of it. This is all they got left. That's how pathetic they are. They're going to protect the mural. They're going to waste some more money on the police to protect the mural. What's that going to get you? It makes you look foolish, and you're driving more moderate Democrats to the Republican Party. Thank you, Mayor de Blasio. President Trump has been 10 steps ahead of these guys the whole way, this whole time. They haven't been able to do anything right. Even when you think they finally made a right move, a week later you see, oh my God, they blew that one too. They can't do anything right. President Trump can't do anything wrong. It's like that football game you watch, it's 53-0 at halftime because one team just can't do anything right. Fumbling the ball, interceptions. It's the same kind of thing. The Black Hats could do nothing right. You don't think God had something to do with that? Things like this don't happen like this. There's too many moving parts. It's so complex and so long that you don't get it right all the time, except for this time. Amazing. And you just had to look at Schiff and Schumer and Pelosi and their arrogance and Obama, and you could tell by the looks on their face, they thought they had this thing dialed in. They thought they were playing President Trump for a fool. They thought they were so much smarter. They had all the money. They thought all the power. And look where they are now. Pissing their pants because they know any day, if for some of them, I think they're already at Gitmo, but for the ones who aren't yet, any day, the SEALs are going to be kicking in their front doors. They're pissing their pants because they know what's next. Military tribunals and executions. There's nowhere for them to run. There's nowhere for them to hide. So, just to clarify, forced vaccines, never going to happen in America. Chips, Never going to happen in America. Forced chips. You want to take one like some idiot for work? You're going to be free to do it. No company is going to be able to force you to take one. The election, President Trump wins 90% of the vote. What else we got? The Second Amendment, nobody's coming to take your guns. Ever. Censorship, over any time now. We're going to see Twitter, Facebook, seized. Control of the companies seized. We own those companies. They were developed with our tax dollars. Okay. I think that's it. Let's just want to make sure I didn't miss anything. Okay. Let's see what we got for questions here. $99 people today. Raylyn, how you doing? Raylyn's got a mean throat punch. Good to know. I'll remember that, Raylyn, if I ever meet you. Tommy, how's it going? Paula, what's up? Kevin, Allison. Yeah, we were close, guys. Too close. Chrissy, how you doing? Cecil, what's up? Yeah, well, listen, guys. The problem with what we do, give me a source for frazzle drip. You know, go on the dark web and look it up yourself. Listen, at some point, you have to understand where we are. Asking for sources on pedophilia, you're not going to get it because nobody's reporting on it except for the internet. You seen Fox or CNN reporting on it? No. Tony, what's up? Yeah. And those aren't sources, guys. They're just going to explain the post. Yeah, listen, guys. I know the watchmen are solid. I'm not worried about you guys. It's the sheep out there that aggravate me this late in the game. Carolyn, how you doing? Chrissa, how you doing? Chrissa's got about 150 ounces of silver. Yes, Chrissa, that's good. You need Litecoin, though. You need at least 25 Litecoin. Minimum. Yes, Fauci is married to Maxwell's sister. You can't make this stuff up. Yeah, they asked for sources, but listen, they're getting that because it's what the swamp is telling them to say, right? Well, where are the sources? Because they know with stuff like this, most of the stuff you don't have sources. I mean, what sources did I have in 2014 when God showed me all this stuff? Sometimes there are no sources. Don't worry about me, guys. Listen, I've been here since 2014. I'm not going anywhere until God calls me to go somewhere else. So I'm here till the end. This is just me venting. It helps me sometimes. It does get a little frustrating being this close to the end and people still ignorant. 409,000 non-sealed warrants, 182,000 sealed federal indictments. Over 12,000 resignations. Good job, Lynn. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, Maxwell, yeah. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm going to try and find out. I'll do some digging tomorrow on Maxwell, Ghislaine, and who she's married to. Oh, Chris has got 120. You're doing great, Chris. So don't worry. You're doing great. Oh yeah, yeah. Well, there's so many bombshells coming, guys. It's gonna be hard. It's gonna be hard to decide which is the biggest. I think JFK Jr.'s got to be at the top. If it comes out that he's alive, that's going to be huge. Ruth Bader Ginsburg is dead. This is a body double. And that's the other thing. People had no idea. It sounded like that. Listen, clones and body doubles have been used for years now. Almost every president of the last probably 8 or 10 have had body doubles or clones. The technology we have, people are going to be blown away by the technology. What, did you turn me down, Jerry? You guys can hear me, can't you? Well, yeah. I've said this before. I've thought a couple of times that President Trump had made mistakes. I never said anything. But, in my mind, I'm thinking, oh my God, I'm not sure about this. A week later, perfect move. Every time. Uh, Rita's saying that she heard Caroline is part of the Q team. That wouldn't surprise me. Chrissy got XRP. Oh, you guys. Hey, listen, it's your guys' money. You do what you want. You're gonna I think you're gonna realize and listen, if you've got 10 Litecoin, it doesn't make any difference if you waste your money on something else. You're gonna be fine. You just would have had more. Yeah, and we know is a good channel on the Q stuff. President Trump has been brilliant and his team. I can't say enough about this whole thing. Dennis is inside. No neighbors. Too humid. All right, we'll get him tomorrow. Michael, how you doing? Linda's hubby got sent home Tuesday with what they called COVID syndromes. Yeah, 24, 72 hours they're supposed to get results. Here's the problem, guys. Most of the tests have been uh, have virus. The virus is already in those tests. There's many reports of nurses sending in clean tests. In other words, they weren't used, coming back positive from many different cities. Guys, be careful about nickels. Don't buy nickels. Stick with dimes, 90% dimes. Stay away from the nickels. There's only a couple of years that you can use. Glenn, what's up? And I mean, double their value? So what? Stick with silver. Jeff, what's up? Well, it's very important for seniors not to get vaccines. No one should be getting vaccines. There's no reason to get vaccines. Vaccines were created to destroy us. Don't take vaccines for anything. Diane, what's up? Chelsea red pilled her mom. She wants Litecoin. She had to traumatize him with the pedo info. Whatever it takes, guys. Listen, it's we're almost to the end. Now's the time to pull out the stops. Now's the time to be bold. Take chances. Take the chance of upsetting somebody. It's better to upset them now when they still have time to do something about it. They're going to be upset at some point in the future. Do it now while you can still do them some good. Think about finding out about all of this horror and then also losing your fortune, your future, because you didn't know about silver and Litecoin. And you got destroyed when the economy collapsed or the reset was declared. There are people I know that they're millionaires today. They're going to lose everything because they won't listen. Myra, how you doing? Oh yeah. Yeah, I was in a little bit of a hurry, guys. I'll fix that. Yeah, don't time traveler. You never know. Hey, I had a stroke March of last year. I've got super stroke powers. So let that sink in. Not going to say what they are. Some people think I can read minds. Yeah. Ask CNN for their sources. Yeah. I'll give you sources when CNN gives you sources. Yeah. A high ranking administration official. That's their source. Mine is God. I know you guys are with me, Lance. I'm not worried about you guys. I'm not worried about the watchman. But remember, there's a lot more sheep out there. Well, that's kind of what upsets me is I've been right about everything. I mean, my timing off. Timing's been off. But I can't be late, guys. I have to be early. As a watchman, I have to be early. So I'll take being off on my timing. But everything God showed me is happening. And no one in the world 6 years ago was saying these things, especially all of them together. Mike, what's up? Shelly, what's up? Well, listen, guys, I'm going to fill you in. I'm not Jesus. I'm human. I get pissed off. One of the reasons God picked me was because of who I am and how he made me. He made me more a warrior than a preacher. I'm not a preacher. I'm I'm a watchman. I'm a messenger. I'm a warrior. Um, if I wasn't, I'd have been dead a year ago. It's the only thing that's got me through this. Trust me. A normal person doesn't get through what I got through. Yeah, and I think there was a couple of times that Jesus got frustrated too and a little angry. But whatever. I'm not comparing myself. I'm who I am, and I'm happy with the job I've done, and I'm not going to change. We've had too much success for me to change. Why would I change? Yeah, people don't like it sometimes, pisses some people off, but I'm still here doing the job, and I'm not going anywhere. I will, Larry. Oh, here's the. There's no gray area here. There's no other option. You're either in, and I mean all in, with. Okay, we're back. I'm going to try and wrap this up. What I was saying with President Trump, there's no second guessing. You're all in. You know, if he does something that you maybe don't agree with, you think it's, there's no second guessing. It's all in because there's no other choice here. So what good does it do to criticize him and then find out a month later you were wrong because he knows more than you and he made the right decision? Stop it. Don't second guess these things. Just like the pedophilia. If you don't know by now that the satanic pedophilia is rampant in the world, keep your mouth shut and do more homework because you're not helping by clouding the waters. Cecil, you amaze me almost every day. I'm telling you. Yeah. Chrissy has 35 Litecoin and 100. Is that another coin? How about silver? I want to know how much silver you have. Yeah. Hey, what about Jesus in the temple? Flipping the tables. There you go. Sometimes you got to get pissed off to make a point. Christina, how you doing? Yeah, usually I wear the cowboy hat. Well, lately at least. XRP. Oh, Chrissy. Amen and thank you, Kevin. Tiffany. Yeah, Tiffany, don't drink the Kool-Aid. It's poisoned. Shelly thinks that they're shooting 5G at me. I wondered, listen, I had my stroke on 3/12. 3/11 is a big date for the deep state, for the cabal, for the Illuminati. I think the attack, and that was a nuclear attack. Remember Japan, the tsunami they had, and was it 2011? I think it happened on 3/11. They like those 11 days. I always wondered if they weren't using one of those, and they have directed energy weapons they can use on people. If they didn't do that with me, because it was like just a day off of a day that they would have loved to have someone like me go down. Yeah, we've got heart attack machines. There's some crazy technology that our government has that would scare you if you knew about it. Shelly's got superpowers also. Awesome. Linda got the AR-10. Good job, Linda. Ammo for both guns. Water, beans. Good job. Thank you, Juan, if you're talking to me. Uh, I would say there's a chance that the internet could go down, but I didn't see anything in any of the last couple of posts that JFK Jr. put out that would make me think that. Um, I'll look into it tomorrow, and tomorrow night I'll talk a little bit more about it, about the 10 days, the possible 10 days of darkness. There's been people saying that those 10 days could be 10 days of Q darkness, which I think we've just had. We'll see. Chris is saying that her millionaire dad will never be red pilled. Well, there you go, Chris. Your dad is a good example of the people that I talk to. A lot of times those people think they're smarter than everybody else. Well, they're going to have a rude awakening here very soon. Yep. They can clone, I think, just about anything. What, drooling? Hope you're not talking about me, Cecil. Jeff couldn't find us. Remember, guys, I started a half hour late today. So, technical difficulties. Jeff, what's up? If you've had the flu shot, you've tested positive. If you have a cold, if you have a cold, you will test positive for the virus. This is crazy. This thing's a joke. It's over, guys, this month. If you don't get the clone thing, don't worry about the clone thing. Just think body double. It doesn't make any difference. To me, I don't care whether it's a clone. I don't care whether it's a body double. They've been using body doubles since the Second World War. Linda, what's up? Uh, normally I start these every night, 7 days a week at 5 Pacific. Sometimes if we run into problems or I'm traveling, but 99% of them have been at 5 p.m. Pacific. You bet, Cecil. Amen, Jessica. You talking to me, Larry? I can be God's scalpel. I'll cut out the dead weight and the trolls. Diana, how you doing? Sasha, how you doing? Darren, what's up? Carla, hello. Chris, what's up? Listen, if you don't love President Trump, something's wrong with you. You're not a patriot. Yes, President Trump's actions speak for themselves. End of story. Yeah, I know. It's the wrong date. We'll correct it. Thank you. You don't see me. What the heck? My head takes up the whole screen. Shelly knows it's real. Dave, what's up? Yeah. The masks are done, guys. I think by next week, by the end of next week, for sure this month, this this circus is going to end. Thanks, Larry. Uh, I think God's hand is on me, or I wouldn't be here today. You talking about me, Dave? Yeah, there's a dart gun heart attack machine. They've got a gun that gives people heart attacks. Yeah, the book written by Baron Trump back in 18 something. You guys, I'm telling you, President Trump's uncle was, I think, a physicist at a big Eastern university. When Tesla died, they brought in President Trump's uncle to go through all of Tesla's work. He ended up with all of Tesla's paperwork, and they say that now President Trump holds it. And the rumor is they've got a time machine. Can you imagine that? Unreal. The post from today was confirming the 22nd that everything's going to be known, that identities will be known. And I'm going to get into it deeper tomorrow. Like I said, I had 5 minutes before I got on tonight. So, but just confirming what we've been saying about the 22nd. Shelly's silver delivery was missing and she just found it on her neighbor's porch. Wow, yeah. Thank God it's insured. JFK Jr. put out a tweet today. JFK Jr. put out a tweet a few days ago. And they were taken down right away. If it's not up, I'll post. We got a screenshot of what went up today, and I'll post it. In fact, Lisa, if you can post the screenshots of the last couple of JFK Jr.'s tweets, could you please do that on the Watchman or Watchman Way? Actually, on both pages, I guess. We are the news. We're making the news. Sister-in-law Heidi, how you doing? Bought another Litecoin today. Good job. Yeah, I'm not going to go there, Becky, but thank you for the visual. Jeff, what's up? Uh, the okay, so here's the thing, guys. Remember, I did this 2 or 3 days ago about the first JFK Jr. post, where his last line was, "I am not alive." And when you put that into the gematria calculator, it comes back, "I'm alive." Take it for what it's worth. I think he's alive. Yeah. Cecil cloned. Okay. What about the power? Are you talking about 5G? No negative 5G is going to be allowed in America. President Trump controls the 5G. He wrote an executive order a month ago, at least, maybe 6 weeks. Uh, President Trump says 8 weeks of fun. Maybe this is going to be the roundup and the beginning of the trials. We'll see. Yeah, they've been using body doubles a long time. Okay, thank you, Shelley. Sherman, what's up? Pence is a clone or body double. Everybody knows, or everybody here should know, Pence is a black hat. I think he's already been taken down. Cecil's watching Dragnet tonight. The movie or the series? Lance loves President Trump so much. I'm not going to go there. Allison, how you doing? John Cena move? What's that? What's the John Cena move? Tyler? I don't know what you're talking about. I like John Cena. I mean, he's okay. Our blessings are going to overflow. That's for sure. Yeah, trust me. There's a lot of people who think they're really smart, who the globalists have pulled the wool over their eyes. They're going to feel really foolish very soon. Keisha wants to know about selling gold to buy silver. Um, I don't know. You're going to lose some on the transfer because you're going to get, you're going to have fees when you do this. I don't know, $600. It's up to you. You know what? If you're going to get, silver's going to outperform gold 10 times. I probably would do it, but you're okay holding the gold. Yeah, gold's going to go up too. It's just not going to go up as much as silver is. Like I said, 10 times better performance than gold. Well, Donna, again, knowing about these kids, knowing that it was still going on last year, and that I didn't, I was frustrated that things weren't moving fast enough, and it got to me. You're going to need a dump truckload of popcorn. If we go 10 days of darkness, guys, I don't believe that means actual darkness. I think the power will stay on. The darkness is going to be communication. No communication except from President Trump. And I'm not sure that's going to happen. I don't know if we need it to happen, actually. If it does, we need to be ready for it. I'm not sure. Who is this? Who was that? Tyler's saying they're preparing Gitmo now for more high-value prisoners. That would make sense with the timing. You get him, Shelley. 1,000 years of peace and prosperity. That's what's coming, guys. That's in our future. Very near future. You can download the gematria calculator. Just search gematria calculator, and there's several of them you can download. Yeah, the series was okay. Isn't there a movie? Chrissy wants to know if there's a movie called July 22nd. I'm not sure. Anybody know? Don't worry, Chrissa. Your dad's going to have a change of heart here very soon. Shelly put him on notice last night. Oh, I got it. Thanks, Tyler. Maybe that's part of my super stroke powers. A cloaking device. I can read your mind, and I can make myself invisible too. Yeah, most of these people that think we're crazy are going to be coming around really quick when this all comes out. So if you're talking about the power going off, I do not think the power is going to go off if we do have 10 days of darkness. It causes too many other problems. Yes, I'm in Roanoke Park with my oldest daughter, waiting for my granddaughter to be born. Ron, what's up? Deborah? Yeah, no surfing for me, guys. Joan, what's up? This is going to be awesome, guys. Man's greatest age. Greatest transfer of wealth in human history. 1,000 years of peace and prosperity. What's not to like? You buy silver at jmbullion.com or sdbullion.com. Those websites will be listed in the comments section like they are every night. You can always find them in the comments section or on the pages or the websites, guys. Thewatchmanway.com, got everything listed. Carrie, what's up? Thanks, Juan. Okay, guys, that's all the questions. I'll try and do a little bit more on JFK Jr. tomorrow night. If you guys have questions, put them in beforehand. Lisa's been putting up a post. Remember, we're at the end. Red pill and prepare. Don't weaken. Be bold. Keep pushing. Every day matters. Every person matters. I'm going to end it there for tonight with our prayer for God and country. Amen. I'll see you tomorrow night at 5 Pacific. God bless.